Hey guys, we are live. Welcome to episode check it 24 of the Superhero Hour. Sorry, I usually make mistakes with the name, but I got it right this time. And with me this week, starting it off, is the one and only Charles. Sorry, let me do it correctly. Charles.
Wow.
I had to go back. To that.
Yeah, I know. But no, I mean, I don't know, I'm doing pretty good. I finished Defenders in one sitting, which is the first time I've ever done that with any Marvel Netflix show. Because, like with Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, even Daredevil, it would take me a couple of days just to complete it all. But with Defenders, I did it all in one sitting. So I am very pleased with that fact, and I can't wait to talk about it.
All right. And of course, one and only Bored Buddha, aka Lou Rod. How's it going, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Sweet. All right, let's get down to nitty-gritty. We've got a lot of news topics this week. There's a lot of news. There's a bunch of Star Wars stuff out there, but we're going to start off with, of course, our review segment, which is the Defenders. Defenders, of course, is the kind of Avengers-style mashup for the Marvel TV universe. On the Netflix side, we're talking about Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and, of course, Daredevil combined together. And this is the story with all of them, with the main baddie, all that fun stuff. And I'm going to start off with Charles, because Charles showed a lot of excitement there. He finished in one sitting. What did you think about the show? Just general thoughts on the show.
The best Marvel Netflix show that we've ever had. Combined. Compared to the other shows, it is the best we've ever had. With all the other shows combined, it's even better than that.
Wow.
It's not saying much.
Okay. Cool. All right. How about you, Lou? How about you, Lou?
I enjoyed it. I finished it. I was done by 1:30 yesterday. Literally. Watching it.
Yeah, but your thoughts.
Started at
your thoughts is you
5:30. The show was enjoyable. Iron Fist is still a whiny bitch, which is sad. He was still whiny. I actually enjoyed Jessica Jones this time around. She wasn't the whiny drunk. She was still a somewhat drunk, but she was still.
She was a fun drunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do agree.
Luke Cage. I'm sorry, bro. Whoever's writing Luke Cage, they need to tone back this whole persona of him being this goody two-shoe freaking guy. I don't like it.
I mean,
heads. Keep it moving.
And I get the goody two shoes side. The problem is the problem is this is that they paired it with the wrong person for that. You want to kind of pair that with either Jessica or Daredevil. But remember, his buddy is in the comic books is always Iron Fist. So I get they portrayed it. For me personally, I thought this was the second worst Marvel show. Remember, I told you I said it was very meh. I hate the way they change villains all the time and they do a piss poor job at it. I can't stand it anymore. I can't do it anymore. I agree with you.
The villain clearly was Elektra.
Even Elektra came off as being weak. Let's call it what it is. They took a good villain or like a pseudo villain from season 2 and they made her weak. They had a good villain with Susan Sarandon. And the story started diluting. Sigourney Weaver. Sorry.
You mean Sigourney Weaver?
I keep saying Susan Sarandon. I mean, thank you, bro. They took a good villain with that, and they just made it weak too. I didn't like the show. I really didn't. I mean, there were elements that I liked that were cool, but Iron Fist, I wanted to slap him.
Oh, Iron Fist. I'm sorry, dude. I was willing to give him his chance because Iron Fist literally did suck out of all the Netflix shows. But here, he wasn't as whiny, but he still came off as a whiny little girl.
No growth for the character. Charles, how about
None.
you?
I'm sorry,
I had no problem with Iron Fist.
Sucks.
I had no problem with Iron Fist. I thought Iron Fist was definitely improved on his work in his standalone show. There was a massive improvement. I had no problem with him whatsoever. And with Luke Cage, didn't have a problem with him either. Jessica Jones didn't have a problem with her. With Daredevil, didn't have a problem with him. Well, no, with Daredevil, I didn't really like what they were doing with his character, where he was trying to deny who he was, where he was not being the Daredevil anymore. That part I did not like.
See, I like that because Daredevil as a character always plays to his love interests. He does that a lot in the comic books. And he was trying to appease one person that he loved and trying to fight with it. Once Elektra came back, it was going back to true love.
Karen went back to the garbage.
Exactly. So that's why I like that part, because that's truly Daredevil. He was like, this is the person he's loved, his first love, you could call it that. And he went back to that character.
Let me ask you this, E, because you've read these comics. Can Daredevil beat up Iron Fist?
No, but he can stand his own pretty well.
I understand he can stand his own, but Iron Fist got his ass kicked by Daredevil in that one episode.
No, let's put it this way, right? Again, I remember I've told you this before. The best fighter in terms of martial arts in the Marvel Universe is Iron Fist.
Supposed to be.
In the comic books. In the Marvel TV series, he is the worst. Oh, and also just very, very naive. He just doesn't know how to do anything properly, which is what I didn't like about his character. Again, even though the fight sequences were better, I do agree. Like they did look better, but he still got his ass handed to him. Now I get it that when he's fighting Elektra, that she's now, Elektra with Black Sky mixed in, so she's more powerful. Okay, fine, I get that part. But when you're fighting, no, I understand that part, because remember, you souped the character up. You've given the character a power up. I remember Elektra can still handle Daredevil pretty well.
But see, that's my thing. She couldn't handle Daredevil in season 2.
That's
but yet here she was hanging with him because he was holding back in their final fight. But yet she handles Iron Fist like he was chump change.
Because that's the inconsistency they wanted to showcase. Power levels.
I mean, Iron Fist, you portray him as this master martial artist, but yet he is getting his ass handed to him by two people that he should easily handle. And I don't care how much of a power-up Elektra gets.
No. The person who shouldn't have handled him, if they were to make it correctly in this show, is basically he should be able to beat Daredevil, and then he and Elektra, because she's powered up, should go toe-to-toe, pretty much. That's just it. If you want to make it balanced, that's the best way to make it look.
And Lorenzo's spot on with that question, too.
Can someone tell me why Luke Cage even flinches when he gets in a fight with the hand, like he can snap? So when he's fighting the 3 hand masters, yes, because they come from Kung Lao, and they all use Kung Long. Sorry, not Kung Lao. Kung Lao is from Mortal Kombat. Kung Long, whatever. They all use a lot of different energy to fight, so that's why. Remember, Madame Gao does a lot of Yoda moves.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. She walks around with the cane, and the next thing you know, she's Yoda on the battlefield.
Yeah, so I understand that part, but he should never flinch when he's fighting his henchmen. Come on, that doesn't make any sense.
That one punch he took from Iron Fist was good.
All right, so from all right, Charles, since you're the one who liked the show the most, what are the things that you liked about it?
To be honest, it's the thing I enjoyed the most about the show was the pacing that it took for each of the characters to meet up with each other, and then once they meet up with each other, it's their interactions, them warming up to each other, realizing, like at first thinking that they're better off on their own, and then as the story progresses, they start to realize that they are better if they work together to destroy their common enemy. I thought that was the best part of the entire show. Okay. I love that.
How about you, Lou? What parts did you like? Just you like.
The storytelling was actually good. I thought the story was good. The pacing was fine. Everything was okay in the series. My only downfall is the fact that
I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you about downfall. I just said, what did you like? Hold your horses, man. Come on, hold your horses.
There's not much else.
Okay. All right. So going back to you, Charles, since you like the show, and there are a lot of people who've called for them to scrap an Iron Fist TV series and then just have Iron Fist feature in Luke Cage, for instance. What do you want to see with all the separate franchises moving forward? We know they're doing the Daredevil 3. We know Jessica Jones season 2 is going to be shot, as well as Luke Cage is in production. Luke Cage is also going to go through. Iron Fist is also in production. So because it actually did well in terms of viewing, not in terms of viewing.
Okay, all right.
What do you want to see from all of them in terms of like going into the separate shows?
Well, with Daredevil, I don't know what to expect because with at the end of Defenders, we see where Daredevil is. He's in some sort of spoiler alert, everyone. He's in some sort of convent, and a nun is sitting on the edge of his bed, waiting for him to wake up. I'm not familiar with Daredevil comics. I know Daredevil is a Catholic, so obviously he's at a Catholic convent. But beyond that, I don't really know what to expect with that. Luke Cage, I don't really know anything about him outside of the first season of Luke Cage. I was not familiar with the comics or anything like that, so I don't know what to expect. With Jessica Jones, I don't know what to expect with her. I know a pattern is starting to develop here, but it's just for most of them, I'm not really anticipating anything. I'm just going to wait and see how it plays out. I'm fairly certain that Jessica Jones is going to be better than season 1 of Jessica Jones. So, yeah, and then Luke Cage, I'm hoping will be roughly the same, if not a little bit better. As for Iron Fist, I have to agree, Iron Fist season 1 was the worst show out of all of the Netflix shows. So I think the only thing that can really save Iron Fist at this point is to get new writers and to get a new showrunner. That's their best option at this point.
Well, they already got that.
Yeah.
Lou, how about you?
I'm tired of pro-black Luke Cage. He needs to tone that shit down. Jessica Jones, we know what we're getting with her. More alcohol and hopefully less whining. At least that's the way Defenders painted her going. Okay. Daredevil, I saw something that they might take the storyline of Born Again.
I haven't read Born Again. That's one I thought it was that, but I haven't read it.
Well, I saw something online. I didn't really click into it because I was busy all day. But the way Defenders ended, they look like they're taking the Daredevil into the Born Again story arc. Because, you know, he's supposedly dead, but all of a sudden he ends up in a freaking Catholic church. How does that happen? When you get all this rubble, how the hell do they get out? Did they dig their way out? Does Elektra have that kind of power? Even what the hell? Madame Gao was down there still too.
Madame Gao escaped, basically.
How did she escape? Because she didn't get on no elevator.
I know, but look, that woman is crafty, man. Let's just call it what it is. She has her own plans.
And let's be real, Iron Fist, I could give a flying rat's ass what they do with that dumb fuck.
Okay. All right. I put it this way. For me, since I didn't go back, what I liked in the show, I liked
the transmission, Ricky.
I liked the interactions between Luke Cage and Iron Fist. I actually did. This were actually some cool moments where, you know, they talked about, you know, where they just talked. That was the best part for Iron Fist for me for the whole show, because I can see him going to what they should do next season. I can see them, to me, scrap Iron Fist.
Well, it's not getting scrapped.
I know. I'm just saying that's my own. That's what I want. Scrap Iron Fist. Throw him into Luke Cage, and that to me, if you have him in Luke Cage, he becomes Luke Cage's younger brother, and I can see Luke Cage taming him down, as opposed to him being in him, because right now he's such an immature character. They've made him.
Oh, is he? Colleen Wing said it best in one of the episodes. He's still a little kid.
No, she said he's 12, not just a little kid. She said he's 12.
He still got that mentality and all this other shit. Bro, we get it. Your parents died in a plane crash. You suffered that traumatic thing. Get over it.
No,
Move on.
I definitely agree.
The hand is my mortal enemy. Bro, we get it. You beat it in our heads from season 1. We don't need to keep hearing it. By God. Ugh.
And I didn't like the way the hand was handled this season as well, especially with Susan Sarandon, where the first couple episodes they made her look.
Sigourney Weaver.
Why did I just say it again? Wow.
Why do you got Susan Sarandon on the mind?
I don't know.
They don't even look alike.
Yeah, exactly. They don't look the same at all.
You know, she was a compelling villain
until they made her uncompelling.
And then the sad thing, dude, this is a trend because they did it with Cottonmouth.
No, Cottonmouth was Ripley. Let me just call her Ripley, so I know I would not forget. Ripley as a villain was great until decided to just make her look weak. Cottonmouth didn't make Cottonmouth look weak, they just killed him off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As soon as they killed him off, Luke Cage went downhill.
Same thing. So they do that quite well. In terms of shows, Jessica Jones, if she continues this character, the one thing I liked is that they actually hinted that Jessica Jones and Luke Cage will get back.
Oh, yeah. And hey, hit me up for some coffee.
And she said that more innocently. She actually said that innocently, and he was like, okay.
I'm surprised he didn't say, but I got a girlfriend right now, so I can't give you the coffee.
Yeah, so I think they hinted at that. I thought her character developed better in Defenders, and hopefully her, because we've heard that Purple Man is going to show up in season 2, but maybe more as flashbacks or things that she's dealing with. I hope that doesn't become a trend for the show because they like to do silly things like that. So we just have to wait and see how.
Honestly, I want every one of them to drop down to 8 episodes.
See, even if
they don't need to do more than 8.
Even if this 8 was not good, I'm sorry. Like I'm saying, this show was second worst.
And they need to, honestly, we now know you guys all live in the same parts of the city. You need to show up more often than none. Exactly. Don't give me a whole season of each character and no one shows up, not for at least 2 episodes.
So to me, it's this, right? If you're going to do in the next season, Daredevil, no one can show up. That's fine. That actually makes sense because remember, he's
supposedly dead
and somewhere else, right? Jessica Jones, fewest people will show up because she's that kind of character that doesn't like to talk to people. Maybe she might get Luke Cage at one point.
So all I need is really Luke Cage for that coffee.
Luke Cage, Iron Fist will show up a lot to me, and that will make more sense. And then Iron Fist just doesn't need to happen.
Scrap it all together, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Anything you want to add, Charles, to that? Because remember, you're the one who likes this the most. I mean, we're the ones who are on the other side.
Well, did you stick around for the trailer?
Yeah.
The Punisher trailer?
Oh, yeah. I stayed for it. I saw it, and I saw the trailer a second time on YouTube, and I thought the Punisher trailer looked freaking awesome. And it also made me think that whoever did the filming of the trailer and setting everything up had to have watched John Wick because of that scene with him hitting the concrete with the hammer. Yeah, because that's from John Wick. Mm-hmm. But aside from Punisher, to be honest, I mean, I'm just gonna. I did love Defenders, like you said, and to be honest, I don't think they should scrap Iron Fist. I don't think they should. I think they should just bring in new writers, new showrunner, completely rework how they're telling the story, and hopefully it'll be an improvement. Because it was an improvement in Defenders, because they had different writers and a different showrunner.
The showrunners for the Defenders were the guys who did season 2 of Daredevil.
I thought Iron Fist was still crap, man. He had minimal growth, but hey, you know what? It was still. I agree with you. It was some improvement.
Look, man, the guy still sucks if John Campea goes, "I'm an hour and a half into this shit, and Iron Fist still sucks."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
He tweets that out, and I have to, dude. Iron Fist is growth. To me, it was more of a setback. He didn't grow. He still sucks as a fighter, and he whines too damn much. And everything about him is either his parents or the freaking hand. He doesn't know how to evolve from that.
It's the way the character is written. I don't blame the actor anymore. I was going to, but I was honestly, You know what? They wrote it for 7 episodes that way, and that's what they told him to do.
I just don't. He's not selling me on the fact that he could fight.
No, but
I understood season 1, but even here, where they took some time off before they started filming, he still does not sell the choreography well.
No, he does.
He just sucks.
You know, he does. The problem is they made him whiny, so you really just think everything is just as bad. I mean,
no.
Yeah.
I don't. When I watch his fights, I'm watching his fights to see his fights. I'm sorry, bro. I've watched Into the Badlands, and those guys there, Nick Frost, who is about 300 pounds, moved better than him.
Dude, and you cannot compare the fighting in Iron Fist and Defenders to the fighting in Into the Badlands, because the fighting in Into the Badlands, the fighting
I can.
Shut up. Please, just let me finish.
For the simple reason, he's supposed to be the best martial artist in this goddamn universe, and he's not.
You're not letting me finish my point. You're not letting me finish my point. The fighting.
Nick Frost fought better than him. Nick Frost is a fat ass.
No, the fighting Into the Badlands is insanely unrealistic. It's like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. That shit does not happen in real life.
And that's what
actually the fights were good. The only part that doesn't happen in real life is able to stand on a goddamn bamboo twig and balance yourself.
The way they're flying around and spinning in the air and all that stuff. That shit does not happen in real life.
But that's what Iron Fist is supposed to be.
Son of a bitch.
That's the thing. But anyway, let's move away from Defenders. We all have our thoughts. Right now, the panel.
Hey, Tywin's here. You did well in episode 6, buddy.
Let's not even talk about it. Now we're split here. So anyway, let's go to some news this week. First big one is that Daniel Craig confirmed that he is returning as James Bond to the Bond franchise. So for the 25th installment of Bond, he says, yes, I was wanting to do it. I wanted a break. He's be coming back. We don't know what the movie is going to be based on, title, that kind of stuff. We also don't know what studio is going to be publishing the movie, so we'll have.
I think Sony had it for one more, and then after that, they're done.
No.
They're done completely now.
Yeah, they've been shopping it, so whoever gets it gets it.
Yes, I did, Josh. I saw episode 6.
Yeah, and
I won't spoil nothing. I will say, effing good episode.
Nada. Let's continue with some other news segments. American Honey stars Sasha Lane is in talks to join the Hellboy reboot. Mm-hmm. I have not seen her in anything. I'll just show you guys the image of her so you guys can see.
Yeah, I don't know what she's been in. I never heard of American Honey. What the hell is an American Honey?
But it looks like Hellboy is moving forward. I know Charles is a big Hellboy fan. Any comments on this, or you just think it's fine?
Well, I actually found out about this earlier in the week, and I didn't know who she was either. And apparently she's playing a character that I'm not even familiar with. But apparently that character is basically being like... what's the word I'm looking for? She's like captured by the bad guy. I think she might be captured by the Blood Queen, and Hellboy comes in and like tries to protect her. And being in contact with these supernatural creatures, she ends up developing powers of her own, and she ends up becoming sort of a recurring ally to the BPRD.
Okay,
that's what it looks like.
So the Blood Queen is going to be the villain.
Yeah, the Blood Queen is going to be the villain, and she's going to be played by Mila Jovovich.
Wow, she's actually going to be a villain this time around, and not some out of this world.
Personally, I think Mila Jovovich. I think Mila Jovovich being cast as the Blood Queen is a perfect, on-point acting choice. I think that casting choice. I think that is just freaking awesome. Because I mean, Mila Jovovich is a great actress, and the only movies that she's really been doing recently are the Resident Evil movies, which unfortunately most of them are crap.
They are fun.
No, they're not crap. They're fun popcorn movies. Yes, but you got to go into them as.
All right, let's
kind of like Underworld, bro. Underworld, you go in knowing that it's gonna suck, but you enjoy it anyway.
The only two good Underworld movies we got were the first two. Every movie after that, but got progressively worse.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I didn't mind the last one. The last one that they just did wasn't that bad.
Blood Wars was boring.
It was
boring as hell.
It was terrible, but it was fun.
I enjoyed it.
Moving on to some more casting news here. We have that Julian McMahon, who was former Doctor Doom and also the the TV show Nip Talk. It will be playing a character in the Runaways series. So he's a good actor, but he just wasn't good for Doctor Doom, I think.
Oh, come on. He was a great Doctor Doom.
Really?
No.
So it seems apparent that I am the only one in our group of friends here that actually enjoyed both of those Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah.
The first two, or just the reboot and the first one?
Oh, no. The first one and then Rise of the Silver Surfer. I liked both. I could just sense your cursor over the mute button.
Hey, at least they didn't make Galactus a big pile of clouds.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Anyway, let us move on to the next news topic. Actor Arrowcast Kirk Acevedo as Series 6 villain Richard Dragon. He's been in a lot of stuff with Sci-Fi Channel, I know. I just can't remember what he's done specifically.
12 Monkeys on Sci-Fi Channel, Fringe on Fox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two shows I did not watch.
Oh, Fringe. You need to go watch Fringe, man.
Yeah. Fringe is like X-Files, but on steroids.
No, it was better X-Files. Not the one where it takes forever for you to see stuff. This is like, this stuff is right there in your face.
That's why I said X-Files on steroids.
Oh, all right, that makes sense.
Sorry, dude. Anything? When was that out in? What year?
I don't know.
Like 4 years ago.
Okay, then that's my point. The
4 years
CGI sucks.
What? The CGI in that show was fine. And a lot of the times they use practical effects.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Go watch Fringe. Trust me, that was.
I ain't watching that crap.
Good show.
You should give it a try, dude. Just watch the first season, dude. Just the first season.
I don't care for that kind of crap.
Take a look at the crap you watch now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I enjoy what I watch now. I ain't going back to watch crap.
It's better than all the crap you watch.
Why do you think I gave up on The Preacher? Because he became crap.
David Tennant, of course, is coming back. Season 2 of Marvel's Jessica Jones is on set here, so we'll see how he comes back in this. We're not exactly sure yet. And then in some other news,
I'm hoping it's not flashbacks, though.
Game of Thrones season 8 production begins this fall, so which means most likely.
Well, hey, Jamie Lannister's back. He kind of spoiled it himself by saying, "Hey, production starts in October."
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, he's not. I mean, we knew he was not going to die anytime soon. Come on. But we do know that the Game of Thrones spinoff said the spinoff is going to have familiar characters. So most likely, people are thinking it's the war.
But why?
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, dude, there's so much rich history that they can do there. You could go 1,000 years before.
True.
Ned Stark.
True, but I think maybe what they're thinking is they want. It depends on how HBO wants to do it. They want to bring familiar characters so people are still there and understand the connection, and then they go back because they will have more than one spinoff. This show is not going to have just one. This is not like other shows where they might be a spinoff or they might be a movie. They will have more spinoffs. So I think for them it's just saying, okay, look, let's do one where people go, oh, so remember right now everybody's talking about all the stories that are connected to the current storyline. So they want to do stories that are connected to that next level, and then after that you now push out left and right, whatever way you want to go. So the audiences know the chain of storytelling, if you will. And then in other news, we also have Gotham, which I don't know why anyone watches the show anymore, adds Marion Benedict and Benjamin Stockham as 2 characters in the show. Both casts from Prison Break and About the Boy. And yeah, I don't know if you watch Gotham.
Charles, that's all you, buddy.
Yep, I watched Gotham and I have no idea who these 2 people are.
Yeah. Some Star Wars stories. Obi-Wan Kenobi movie is officially in development, which is not surprising.
Yeah, it's not surprising. And just hold that thought right there, Lou, what did I tell you?
You ain't tell me anything.
I've
already known they were going to make that movie.
You were the one that shot me.
I don't want it. Because honestly, what are you going to get out of Obi-Wan Kenobi? We know he doesn't leave Tatooine.
What
is he going to do?
There is an idea. There is an idea.
It's young.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, can I at least say the idea?
Well, yeah, but it's gonna suck.
But no, I was watching Jeremy Johns talking about the announcement for Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, and he had mentioned that there's only one real way that they could do this where it turns out okay, is that it's a movie that shows about Obi-Wan struggling and during the aftermath of Order 66, where he's on Tatooine. He's all like scruffed up and all like torn up and just emotionally damaged. And he's just, the way he explained it said like he would just spend most of his time trying to stay under the radar, and that he'll like walk into like one of the towns and see like people in trouble, and he'll feel the urge to go help them, but he'll have to stay quiet to protect himself. And he's
God, that's just boring.
It actually sounds like it could be an amazing idea if they did it that way.
Lou, it's all about the drama, man. Drama.
Yeah, and one thing he suggested,
drama,
and one thing that he suggested is that if they did it, don't make Obi-Wan Kenobi use a lightsaber during most of the movie. If he's going to use a lightsaber at all, it should be right at the end of the movie during the final fight.
Yeah. As long as Obi-Wan
I know what they're going to do with Obi-Wan. They're going to tap into the comic books that were just released and tell stories from that. He kept a journal, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good. As long as
detailing what he's done.
As long as there's good stuff in there, that's all that matters.
You got to give me something, because honestly, he's on Tatooine. He's on the outer rim planets and shit like that. The Empire does not give a crap what's going on Tatooine, so he could use his lightsaber.
No, but here and there. He could tell somebody could witness it, and they could tell somebody who has connections to the Empire. The Empire goes up.
Dude, it doesn't matter, because the simple fact we have rebels.
No, but here's
not at this point.
And Kanan Jarrus is using his freaking lightsaber up and down. Ezra Miller.
You missed.
And they're getting attacked by Inquisitors.
Lou, most likely, the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie will not take place during the time of the rebellion. It's going to take place about maybe 10, maybe 15 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith, most likely. So,
and that's the rebellion.
That's the rebellion stage. But let me tell you what's going to happen. You guys are just arguing senselessly, okay? Even if it takes place right after Order 66, maybe a year or two. So the rebellion has not really started, right? It started what, 5 years after, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. Or even if it's the early stages of rebellion, what you're going to have is that Obi-Wan will be doing missions on his own. That is what they're going to do. And they will tell you, this Disney, they'll rewrite it. They're going to rewrite the storyline for you right there, where everything shifts just a little bit, where you go, oh, okay, so he wasn't just hanging around in Tatooine. He was trying to do some other stuff, but it seemed like he was just hiding in Tatooine the whole time. That's what they're going to do. That's how they'll have to make it a compelling storyline, is that, yeah, everybody thought he was in Tatooine, right? The people that knew he was in Tatooine, he thought he was there, but he was doing other stuff the whole time.
Bro, honestly, if they want to adapt these movies, tap into their books. Lords of the Sith would be a better movie than anything Obi-Wan's going to give us.
Lord of the Sith will not come now because, you keep forgetting this.
Bro, as much as it's better than an Obi-Wan movie. It would be better than a Jabba the Hutt movie. Seriously, they keep tapping into these stupid characters that didn't do shit.
Here's Lou, you missed the point. Not whether it's a great movie. Which one will make it more money? Tell me which will make more money.
So you're telling me Obi-Wan is going to be a bigger draw than watching Darth Vader and the Emperor take out a whole platoon of soldiers trying to kill them on a freaking planet?
Yeah, because you know why? It's just the Emperor. And look, I'm telling you this, when you're going to see a rewrite of that storyline, you're going to see that I guarantee you, they will even write, if they wanted to, this is Disney, they will show the very first time they met again. Not the first time again that you saw in the cartoon. They will rewrite this stuff right there. It's a matter of looking at it this way. An Obi-Wan storyline, the reason why you're looking at it, you're a Star Wars fan. So as Star Wars fans think that, because Star Wars is great, this is storylines that work. And that is true. But which storylines make the most money? There's a reason why they still stick with the Skywalkers.
Bro, Star Wars will sell.
No, Star Wars will sell with certain characters. There's a reason why Darth Vader showed up. Because Darth Vader showed up. Because we knew he was showing up. And that is the best part of the
So
movie.
you're telling me a Darth Vader movie wouldn't do well?
No, a Darth Vader movie will do well, but that's gonna come too. But look at the intricate work they're going to do here. They're going to show it this way. Disney doesn't plan anything without thinking of ways to fix everything together. The reason why they're thinking of Obi-Wan Kenobi storyline is because that's going to juxtapose a Star Wars, a Darth Vader movie itself. That's how they do it. And meeting him there will transpose to the very end of Darth Vader itself. So it's going to tie into episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever numbers, all the way to 9. That's how Disney thinks. And that's why, even though you're hearing Yoda, Jabba, and all that kind of stuff, I think the Yoda and Jabba ones are the ones that they've thrown out there. I don't think Jabba will probably work, or Jabba, a Boba Fett, unless you do something that has to do. To me, Jabba and Boba Fett have to be tied into Han Solo. That's the only way you make it work anyway. So it's just the continuation of that. But Obi-Wan storyline is juxtaposed to Darth Vader. It's always going to link back to that. That is why I said they're going to rewrite a couple of things where you as a hardcore fan will go, that's not what it's supposed to be. Most casual fans will like Star Wars will go, yeah, oh, cool. I didn't know he met him this time. And you'd be like, that didn't happen.
Joshua, Qui-Gon was featured in Clone Wars. He's in a story arc. Obi-Wan heard him.
Yeah, heard is one thing. That's just hearing.
And remember, Qui-Gon doesn't have a Force Ghost. He could only speak from the other side. The only ones with Force Ghosts are Yoda and Obi-Wan.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, it's...
and Anakin at the end of Revenge of the Return of the Jedi. Go figure.
I'm just saying though, they're going to rewrite stuff.
A bounty hunter movie would not rock unless it's a bounty hunter movie with Cad Bane and all the other bounty hunters. Because honestly, let's be real, Boba Fett hasn't done shit compelling to deserve a movie.
Let me tell you what's going to happen.
But the Boba Fett movie could be exactly what we need in order to be able to have Boba Fett prove how much of a badass he really is.
with other bounty hunters too. Remember, it's not just going to be him in that as a bounty hunter. So again, you have to understand the storyline as it compares to, no matter how you think about all those other bounty hunters, the casual Star Wars fan only knows one bounty hunter. That's it. So as much as
I think Cad Bane is a better bounty hunter than Boba Fett.
Doesn't matter what you think. Nobody cares in Disney what you think. What is popular is simply Boba Fett.
And why is he popular? He didn't do crap. Darth Vader captured Han Solo for him.
It does
and
not
then the next time we see him again in Return of the Jedi, he's getting eaten by the freaking octopus-looking thing on the ground.
Really?
Yeah, because that's what they wanted to write. They wrote it terribly. I'm just saying that either way, that's what fans. You may hate. I don't care if you hate or not. It doesn't matter.
Even in the comic lines that they wrote Boba Fett in, he isn't doing much of anything but getting Luke Skywalker's name. Whoop-de-doo.
I'm just saying though, they will. This is Disney. What would they do again? Rewrite stuff to fit whatever they want.
Well, if that's the case, then they're going to have to go back and rewrite a lot of lore, because this is everything that they've got out now that he doesn't feel like a person who deserves a movie.
Because they'll pick one space in time, create a storyline around that, and you go, oh wow, he was a badass. Oh, I see. He's chill now. Doesn't matter. I mean, that's how they write stuff.
If you're giving us Jabba the Hutt, okay, we know Jabba the Hutt is a criminal underworld boss. The Hutt name is feared throughout the galaxy, but they're freaking lizards that just swivel around town.
Exactly. So tell me, why is he feared? I mean, that's the thing. The problem is, look, again, the storylines they're throwing out there. The reason they're throwing out there is just to feel where it lands. The Obi-Wan Kenobi one was going to happen no matter what. We knew that was coming.
Christian has been championing one of those movies, but I just don't see why we need one.
Because you know
there's so much out there that they can tap into and probably make $1 billion easily. Doing an Old Republic movie.
No, they won't make. They will not make $1 billion from Old Republic movie. You keep forgetting the fact again. For you to make $1 billion, you must go with popular characters that work. That's number one. That's just the number one thing. Number two, the reason why they're doing these movies, you know why? It's to give them time for the next Star Wars saga, for them to map that storyline out. So for you to do that, you have to take things that are easy for you to work with, which is an Obi-Wan, which is like a Bounty Hunters, which is a Darth Vader movie. Those are things you can easily make. 3 movies, that's 3-4 years, right? That you can easily map out and say, we've done that. Then we now go, what is the next true Star Wars saga? What is our episode 11, 12, and 13?
Let's see what they do. I just don't care for any one of those. I'll go watch an Obi-Wan.
12.
I'll go watch an
13, 11,
Obi-Wan.
12, thank you.
And if it's a good enough Yoda movie, I'd go watch as long as he's using a lightsaber. But I really don't care to go watch a Jabba the Hutt movie.
Well, like I said, Jabba the Hutt would not benefit from having his own standalone movie. He would have to be a side character or a supporting role in an already established movie like Han Solo. That'd be the best way to do it. Same with Boba Fett.
Yeah, exactly.
I think those 2 characters would serve better on TV shows.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not the main focus.
They would serve better, but they also will serve better on our Han Solo movie. And to me, if they do a Han Solo movie right, then you do a Han Solo trilogy. Do not make it that Han Solo movie ends where he's older in episode 4. No. You have to make it early years, and you can carry at least 1 or 2 movies where at least you now feature more Jabba the Hutt, more Boba Fett, that kind of stuff. That's fine. Throw those characters in there. But don't put them in a separate movie.
I don't care for a Han Solo movie, honestly. I probably would have enjoyed a Lando Calrissian movie better because he's a character who he's a swindler and he's also a charmer that would have worked well on the screen, especially with Danny Glover.
I'm not saying that you won't, but again, depends. Remember, this is Disney. Depends how much people like it, right? You know what happens? They make a Lando movie. That's just how Disney works. They gauge it and they'll make it out.
Aaron Altright as Han Solo, he don't look like Han Solo.
Nobody looks like Han Solo.
Then why do it? Harrison Ford made him so well. You don't need a movie for him.
Didn't you hear Harrison Ford? Did you hear what he said?
Oh, Harrison Ford's a ding dong.
What did he say? He says he wants them to remake every movie he's done, and it's fine. Let them do it. But he's not even remaking. This is just story the youngest story. Look, stop being an angry Star Wars fan there, man. Just calm down. It's not the end of the world.
I just think there's better stories they can tell, bro. A story. Look, honestly.
No. If you wanted the Knights
movie on Tarkin would be great.
If you wanted any of that, let's be honest. That's on the Disney network. Because then you can flesh out those stories properly. If you want Old Republic is basically Game of Thrones. Call it what you want.
It is in a way.
Exactly. So
Charles played the game, so he would know.
You don't make it a movie. You make it a show. You span it out properly, and that's a show that is time encapsulated and go. And then you tell the story. Said maybe even Yoda can explain some of the story and say, before this Republic, before this storyline, this is what happened. And then you go back there. And then
hold on. You're saying Old Republic is like Game of Thrones, like in like what context?
Epic feel.
Okay, yeah. As for like any like factions vying for power.
No. It's not a faction vying, but it's that kind of feel where you need.
It always does have that feel, Charles.
You need a
always trying to overpower the Jedi.
You need a season to flesh out the story. You don't need.
Well, no. I mean, if they were to do a TV series based off of Knights of the Old Republic and call the show Knights of the Old Republic, it would have to be, in order for them to cover all the points of the first game, I'd say a minimum of 3 seasons.
That is fine on the Disney Network. That's done.
And it'd have to be a minimum of 3 seasons.
That's why I said, but if you make it into a movie, it would be a crunch time movie. You probably have to.
Oh, no. If they were to do it into a movie, they would only be able to focus on the most important aspects of the game's story, which even then you would miss certain things. They would have to do it at least 3 to maybe 3 hours and 15 minutes, I'd say.
See? So make a TV show. That's already.
Like I said, dude, there's characters out there that I would want to know about. I want to know about Plagueis.
Darth Plagueis.
Darth Bane. Bro, characters who you read up and you listen to were awesome. Okay, Powerful Sith.
I'm gonna go.
Honestly, give it to us. We don't always have to have this good character-driven movie. No, I don't want to keep knowing about Luke Skywalker and his freaking deserted ass on some island. Give me some pure evil guy that wants to seize the galaxy for power.
I got to admit, though, it's just the Old Republic story arcs, like Knights of the Republic, Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords, and then Star Wars, the Old Republic MMO. The stories in those games, I'd have to say, are much better than the stories in the main sagas and the standalone movies. It's definitely better, in my opinion.
I mean, dude, Star Wars Rebels, in one episode, Ezra picked up a lightsaber. You know the one Kylo Ren is using in The Force Awakens?
Yeah.
Well, Ezra Miller picks one up in Rebels. That battle sequence on a Sith planet, it was a whole bunch of Sith who fought against a whole bunch of Jedi. That's a war. Give us something like that dates back thousands of years.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there, Lou. You really need to stop calling him Ezra Miller.
Whatever. Ezra Bridges is his name, actually.
He just can't wait for Flash to show up and kill off the other Flash from the TV show. That's why.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Flash to come and reboot Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck's not good anyway. You know that. Oh yeah, speaking of that, his brother. They messed around with you. That was not even real.
His brother has inside knowledge. I don't care what anybody says.
It was either
there might be some truth to that.
It was either a troll or Casey Affleck is an idiot.
It's just one of the two. It literally is one of the two. There's no middle ground there. Like you said, It's either he knew, right, and he just stated it, or they've signed the deal and they're now just messing with people because they can't say anything until it's done. That's just really it. That's just one of the two. There's nothing else there. So his brother stating that, and look, Casey Affleck. The thing is this: Casey Affleck knows how the industry is. So him saying that means one of two purposes. Either one, the only reason for him to say that is that his brother left on bad terms.
And I enjoyed him as Batman. I thought he was one of the best.
Or they're just messing around with everybody. That's just it. Because if his brother left on good terms, considering his brother is still a loved director by Warner Brothers, he will not say anything like that. It's just the way it works. He will not, unless it's bad terms. Then his brother is the one airing out the grievances and say, well, he's out of Batman at this point in time. Or they just mess around with everyone. Because what happened? Every website ran out. Casey Affleck said he's not.
Because the websites are stupid.
That's just the way it is. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it, guys. We've covered the whole gambit today.
That's all the news?
Yes, pretty much. The rest is not worth it, man.
Nah, not worth it.
Yeah. Yoda. I mean, look, again, like I said, Yoda's story to me is great because it's 800 years, and we have not covered 800 years in the comic books.
So I'm saying 800 years of Yoda history would work great because he's seen a lot of stuff.
Exactly. So
that means 800 years means Yoda was around during Plagueis, during Bane. All those Sith Lords that were there, Yoda was around for it. You're telling me you can't tell a good story? Yoda,
but they said they want to make a Yoda storyline, so it makes sense. That's why I said you have to look at it this way. Again, Disney doesn't make anything without connectivity. None of the storylines in Star Wars are not going to be made right. Rogue One is a standalone, but it's connected.
Because it literally connects. And everybody didn't like it because they couldn't connect to the characters. You weren't made to connect with the characters. You were made to feel a little bit of pain because you knew those donkeys were all going to die.
I felt zero pain. I was very happy when Darth Vader showed up. That's the only joy I felt in that movie. That's my only entertainment. Other than that, everything else.
All right, on the subject.
I could sit through a 2-hour movie of Darth Vader walking down hallways, kicking ass the way he was in that one scene. Look, you could give me 2 hours of that, and I'm sold.
No, the thing with Rogue One is that, yes, you are correct. We did not get emotionally invested with the characters, but that is one of the biggest sins of that movie, is that in every movie that comes out, they have to try to get you emotionally invested in the characters.
One character.
If they don't get you invested in a character, they failed.
Yeah, you do have
They
to do
didn't
that.
fail because the characters weren't making it out of the movie.
No, but that's the whole idea is you have to go, that was a sacrifice by the character worth made. At the end of the movie, I went like, please.
Okay, so you didn't connect with Jin? You didn't connect with Galen? You didn't connect with Darth Vader slaughtering motherfuckers?
No.
Darth Vader was
I
pretty
did.
much the only good part of that entire movie. Everything else was downright boring.
Thank you very much, man. 2-1, Lou. 2-1.
Like I said, your opinions are your opinions. Mine is mine. Rogue One.
I was disappointed
great-
with Rogue One. That movie actually kind of pissed me off.
See this right hammer? I'm putting it in law. Okay. I'm gonna mute
Break
you
the
now.
law.
Where's the mute button? Let me see if I can do it. Yes.
Keep it up, and I'll give you a spoiler.
This note, guys, want to say thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. Definitely leave your comments. We love all the all the stuff. In the
We'll
chat.
see you tomorrow night about 10:20 to discuss Game
Is
of
it
Thrones.
10:20 or
Got a lot to
10:15
discuss.
tomorrow? Is it going to be
Yeah,
10:15?
and I won't be
No,
able to be there
tomorrow-
because you guys won't let anybody else in.
It's a full panel.
If it's not 9 people, it ain't full.
Yo, we already have enough discussing amongst each other.
It's
We talk
rough.
over each other.
Yeah,
Imagine
Fine.
5 to 6 people in it.
it is.
Fine, whatever. I'll still stick with Geeks of the Round.
And all you hear is, shut up, Lou!
Yeah, that's literally it. We just tell everybody yells at Lou.
I just sit there and yap away
No,
in the
no,
chat.
Lou goes there like this. He goes, so I'm thinking, you know what? I really think this guy. I'm like, no, your thinking is just a lie. You're just putting in spoilers there. Everybody else, because you show a scene, right? And you go,
It worked the first 2 episodes, but after that, they caught on.
and then you go, well, I think, I would go like, I think Littlefinger will die by Arya's hand, and Lou's like, well, you know what I think will happen with Littlefinger. I'm like, nah, Lou, because whatever you're thinking with Littlefinger is just all straight from scripts. You are lying. Did they even try that stuff? Lou's like, no, I'm not. I swear, I'm not. I'm not like, yeah, whatever, man, whatever. So
I didn't spoil myself. HBO screwed up. They leaked it. This is their fault.
yeah, the episode's available. It's out there, but join us tomorrow. We're gonna go up at 10:15, not 10:20, because
It's a longer episode.
it's not that. You know what? I've realized the trick at HBO. All the episodes so far, I've finished them before 10 o'clock. They count the preview before, they count the extra scenes and behind the scene at the end as part of the episode. Episodes are literally 45 minutes.
The
45
leak
to
that
50
I watched said it was 75 minutes long. And it had no previews.
Oh. Okay, 10:20 then. Wow. All right. On that note, guys.
Like 71 minutes tomorrow.
Wow. 71 minutes of heartbreak.
All I'm going to say is, whoo, baby.
Yeah. A lot of heartbreak.
That ending was on point.
So stay tuned, guys. Join us tomorrow. And again, if you want to watch your own Game of Thrones, join us. Sign up for Set TV. We have a link down below. It's $20. It's got 500 channels, including HBO.
Hey, for all y'all who want to watch that fight next week,
Set
jump
TV.
on this deal.
Yes, Set TV also has pay-per-view built in, so check that out. If you have any questions or any comments, let me know. Otherwise, don't forget to like and share this video, favorite this video, subscribe to the channel. Don't mention anything with the Night King. I'm gonna smack you there, Richie. And always enjoy your entertainment.
Bye-bye.